Greetings, Eric Backer, naturopath from New Zealand. Thanks for checking out my video today. Different video. We're using now the iMac instead of the MacBook Pro to see if this is going to give me a different type of an outcome. So please give me feedback whether it's thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm not sure of the quality. So I had an interesting question from a subscriber about a week ago asking me if I could run by a typical day in my life of what I eat. So I thought, this would be a good opportunity to do that for you guys out there. So I eat like everybody else. I eat a wide range of foods. But I tend to be quite lucky in that I grow a lot of my own vegetables and fruits. A lot of stuff I grow in the yard. People are quite surprised when they come to visit my house and property to see how much I in fact pack in on a quarter acre. We've got all the fruit trees growing you can imagine. I've got 10 different apple varieties. I've got 3 different types of pear trees. I've got nashi pears. I've got conventional old English kind of pears. I only grow an old variety of fruits. So one of my favourite apples, for example, is called Cox Orange Pippin, which was bred in England, I think in the 1830s. So I tend to only eat high flavonoid apples. I don't eat any commercial apples or ones that are usually supplied in normal outlets because they're all modern hybrids and they're full of sugar and I find them quite crappy and they're tasteless and don't like them. So before people start saying, "Hey, Dr. Backer, you're eating way too much fruit," I can let you know that the fruit I eat is all spray-free, organic. We make our own compost in the yard. I use seaweed for fertilizer and animal or poultry manure that's well aged. And the only spray I'll use in the yard will be from neem oil, but apart from that I use no other kinds of sprays. I grow a lot of garlic. We've got about 200 or 300 garlic bulbs to pull out in December on the longest day, and some of that garlic will be turned into organic sprays and the bulk will be hung up and dried for consumption through the year. But yeah, we've got persimmon trees, nectarine trees, peach trees. We've got 2 avocado trees. In fact, I just picked some avocados off the tree. We grow lots of spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, leeks, red onions. We're growing at the moment lots of bell peppers. We eat lots of bell peppers and zucchinis or courgettes. We've got sweet corn growing at the moment. The list goes on and on and on. We grow all of the herbs. I grow about 15 different medicinal herbs and we grow about 10 different culinary herbs. And then I've got, of course, all my berry fruits. So we've got 22 blueberry bushes. We've got a huge amount of raspberries, tayberries from Scotland. We've got 2 types of blackberries. We've got cherry trees, and we grow lots of strawberries. So yeah, that just gives you an idea on the stuff I'm growing, and it's a quarter acre. We pack a lot in. But a typical day for me would be having rolled oats. They're steel cut oats in the morning. That's just cooked in filtered water. And I have that often with a bit of manuka honey on top. Maybe a couple of raisins get cooked in with that. And of course berries on top. So I eat berries for about 6 months of the year. So that will have typically a tablespoon of blueberries, a tablespoon of raspberries on top of that, and maybe also some blackberries. And then I will normally drink, in my consultation in the morning, I'll normally have 2 or 3 cups of herbal tea, which often range different types of teas that I grow, like lemon balm, peppermint tea. I love peppermint tea, so I'll often have that. And then for lunch, I cook for Tracy and I lunch every day. We normally have a stir fry of some sort, and it usually involves some kind of Asian vegetable like a gai lin or pak choy or bok choy. There'll be 1 brown onion cut up and put through that. It can either be a tofu or it can be a shredded free-range organic chicken, some of that mixed through it. There'll be sprouts in there, there'll be bell pepper in there, there'll be onion, as I mentioned onion, there'll be carrot in there. And we'll have that with brown rice. So that's our lunch typically every day. Usually have lunch around 12 or 1 o'clock. And then in the afternoons, if I get peckish, I'll have avocado. I might have some rice crackers with avocado, but I don't usually snack on any food during the day at all. Evening meal, tonight we're probably going to make up a Indian, it'll either be a butter chicken dish, so it'll be green beans cooked with a curry sauce that we make up, and chicken. Or on another night it could be, we had beautiful fish last night. We had big white fish fillets, and that was just cooked in the oven in a bit of olive oil. And then I had 2 types of salads with that. So the salad typically for me would be, again, garden picked green salad, because we've got lots of citrus trees. We've got about 30 citrus trees growing. I've got 4 types of lemons, so we eat lemons all year round. I've got 3 types of lime trees. So the freezer will have 2 drawers full of frozen lemons and limes when they're off season. So we have lemon or lime juice every day. We have olive oil with the citrus juice and some sea salt and some cracked pepper. And then I'll put a bit of mustard powder in with that, and that will typically be a salad dressing. So the salad dressing can be complex or can be very simple. The salad could just be a green lettuce from the garden, a couple of tomatoes that are cut up, red onion through that, and that's a simple salad. There could be some goat's feta with that, mixed in again with the salad dressing. The more complex salads could have anything up to 10 or 12 different types of leafy leaves in them. You know, it could be radicchio, arugula, rocket, endive, cos lettuce, spinach, parsley, fresh basil leaves. That all gets mixed together. Another one of my favourite salads would be a calamata, black olives, goat's feta, red onion, cucumber and tomato, all cut up into 1-inch cubes, mixed through with probably 2 or 3 tablespoons of lemon juice and olive oil, pepper and salt, maybe some mustard, some Worcester sauce, a bit of sesame oil on that, and that's all mixed together. So I'm in the redevelopment stages of my kitchen at the moment, so I promise that when the kitchen's developed up with my new gas range in there, I'm going to do some cooking videos and show people how I put food together and how I sear foods, you know, cook them at high temperature and just seal them on the outside so they're juicy on the inside. I do a lot of marinating of like lamb or some beef or different meats that I eat. But we cook all our meals from scratch. We eat fresh every day. We never eat takeaway food. And I've cooked like this for, I'd say, ever since I've been with Tracy, and even longer, probably for about 40 years I've cooked like this. So quite a long time. I always get disappointed when I eat out because I don't really tend to find the quality of food that we tend to make at home. Unless I pay $100 for a meal or some crazy price. And even then I'm often disappointed by the food that I get. Unless it's teppanyaki or some very fresh Japanese kind of food. So evening meal will often typically be protein. It could be a vegetable dish. It could be a lentil dish. So I would eat vegetarian once or twice a week. And then I eat light meats. I eat beef maybe once every 3 or 4 weeks. I don't eat a lot of red meat. I prefer chicken. Fish is my primary protein. I would say my secondary protein would be free-range chicken. I eat free-range eggs, maybe 3 eggs a week, 4 eggs a week. I eat tofu once a week. So I have a wide range of foods. I like quinoa, and that can often be combined with different types of seeds or nuts and different vegetables. And I like fruits, but I would eat maybe 2 or 3 pieces of fruit a day at the most. I drink about 4 glasses of water a day. I have no coffee unless I go out, which is rare, and I drink maybe 1 or 2 cups of black tea per day with some honey in it. Beverages in summer, we always have jugs of cold water all the time in the fridge or out of the fridge, and they will have typically slices of lemon, lime and spearmint will be in that water, which is usually fluoride free and chlorine free. So that's how we tend to drink all summer long. When it gets very hot, you know, like 100 degrees, say like 38, 40 centigrade, I have a really big jug and I throw lots of ice in there, and we drink lots and lots of cool water with lots of mint and lemon in it. We love that. So that sort of sums up, you know, what I like to eat and drink. I do like a glass of nice red wine, maybe once a week. Would have a glass of Pinot Noir, or a really good Cabernet Sauvignon. And if it's very hot, Tracy and I will have a glass maybe of Sauvignon Blanc, like a nice Sauvignon Blanc. We enjoy that. And when my friends come over, my builder friends or, you know, my electrician friends, we might have a cold beer, even 2 cold beers. So, but alcohol is not something I would drink every day. On average, once a week, sometimes twice a week. But we don't really, we're not really big alcohol drinkers. We prefer more fresh beverages like, you know, drinks I just spoke about. So yeah, that gives you an idea. I tend to eat more warming foods in winter, cooked foods and casseroles, and I eat more cooling foods in summer. So we don't eat salads in winter, of course. And if we did eat salad, it would be like a hot salad, like cooked chicken, you know, warm chicken on top, maybe with some lettuce. But I prefer to keep the above ground leafy greens for the hotter weather, and the below ground potatoes or sweet potatoes or turnips or things like that for the colder months. I think that makes more sense. So I hope you got some insight into the kind of food that I eat. Thanks for tuning in.